It is day 8 of me decluttering 1,000 items from my home in a 30-day period. Now, whilst this is day 8 of me decluttering, more than 8 days have passed from this challenge, like from when I started. So it's a little over 2 weeks since I started this challenge, but I have had a super busy time. I haven't been able to declutter every single day, and I knew I wouldn't be able to declutter every single day, which is why on the days that I have decluttered, I have tried to declutter more than I needed. Like, so if I was decluttering every single day for 30 days, I need to declutter around about 33 items every day. I'm aiming for like kind of around about 50 items a day that I declutter so that I can get ahead as much as possible, and this has worked well for me. So today we are decluttering the fridge. This is not my favorite job. It's not my favorite job. I was actually watching, like, randomly doom scrolling the internet, and I saw, I think it was an Instagram reel of somebody who was decluttering their fridge, and they were like, you know, I've put this off, but it actually only took me like 10-15 minutes to clear it out and give it a wipe down. I wish that was me. I wish it would only take me like 15 minutes to clear this out, give it a bit of a wipe down. But every time I have to tidy up my kitchen, like fridge, it's a nightmare. And largely that is because our fridge likes to grow nice big fat icebergs in the back of it. So we do have issues with the fridge. I think the main issue is that the seal isn't sealing properly. I've tried to take it off and refix it. I think I just need a new seal. I say I just need a new seal, like this is a really simple task. And on the one hand, it is a really simple task, right? Just Google it, buy the new seal, fit the damn seal, and then stop having to spend all the time de-icing the fridge. And the time it takes me to fit the seal, I will save that time in the long run. I know this, it makes sense, yet have I got around to ordering the new seal and fitting it? No, I have not, because there are just a billion simple jobs to do in my house. This is my next project, I think. After this 1,000 item declutter, I'm going to do like a walkthrough, an inspection of every single room in my house, and I'm going to write a list of everything that he's doing room by room, and then I'm going to tackle it. I'm going to get that list done. So that's my next mission. But firstly, we need to get on top of the clutter in the house. And I am really pleased I took on this challenge. Like, there isn't a day that I have regretted it, even when I have been too busy to actually declutter on particular days. Like, I have seen the impact, and setting myself a goal in terms of a figure to remove from the house has been a real game changer. I don't regret any of the previous decluttering. I don't regret any of my other challenges. This one is good though. Like, if you're wondering like what will give you a kick up the bum to make a real difference in terms of stuff in your house, I recommend setting yourself an actual goal in terms of the number of items. So try it. It doesn't have to be 1,000, it could be 500 or whatever, I don't know. But just pick yourself a number that feels like you know, is a push. Pick yourself a number that feels like you're pushing yourself. Like, that's a lot. Because that's what it feels like to me. 1,000 items, I'm telling you, it feels like a lot. And I do wonder if it's possible. Like, can I actually remove that many items? But I can tell you now, if I continue to set myself a limit, like a time limit, or, you know, decluttering every single day for 30 days and just doing what I can each day, which is what I was doing previously, then I don't think I would have removed the number of items that I have already in just 8 days of this challenge. So getting stuff out of my fridge, firstly, I am organising them into 2 piles, stuff I know needs to go and stuff that's staying. So rather than just like dump it all out onto the work surface and then think about it later, as I'm taking things out, I'm thinking about them. But also, I'm not emptying my entire fridge in one go, and there's a really good reason for this, and that is because I am solo parenting. It is just me, 3 children, ages 7, 5, and 2. The 2-year-old in particular is very unpredictable when it comes to sleep. Sometimes she will sleep all through the night. Sometimes she will wake up screaming the house down. You have to go to her immediately, and then that is it. you are stuck. So before I started this fridge declutter, I took off my makeup from the day. I poured myself a glass of water. I made sure like windows and doors were shut and locked so that if the 2-year-old started to scream the house down, I could shove a shelf back in, throw the food back in the fridge, tend to her like I'm not going to resurface downstairs, because that is what would happen. And I know that. So what I don't want to do is empty every single shelf onto my kitchen like counters and then basically regret it, have to leave a 2-year-old screaming while I try and get everything back in, because that definitely 100% do not want to be doing that. So this is the point where it becomes really, really tricky, because this iceberg, I think, is the worst one that I have ever seen. I don't feel like it is that long ago that I de-iced the fridge. So there's even a stronger indication, if I needed one, that I really need to tackle this job. I need to get this sorted. I need this to start happening. But previously, the way I have tackled these icebergs is to try to gently tease out the glass shelf, and then that seems to agitate the iceberg enough to get it out. So I'm just trying, I've literally got a butter knife. And if you're going to use a butter knife to do this, if you have this issue, I recommend that you use the butter knife that your husband really likes but you don't like. Because if you're going to break one, you might as well break one that belongs to your husband and not like your favourite butter knife. Because we all have a favourite butter knife, don't we? Also, am I the only person that has 2 different sets of cutlery? And one like side of the family, as in the mum side, uses one and the dad side uses the other. Because my husband is very attached to the cutlery that he likes. I don't like it. It's too big, it's too heavy. He doesn't like mine. And so we have a mishmash. We have basically enough cutlery for 8 people, but 2 different sets. So if we have people come over for dinner, we have a very nice canteen of cutlery, like a separate posh cutlery that my parents bought us at an auction, actually, which is really beautiful. So we have that, it's fine. Like if we're going to dine with friends, we all dine with the same cutlery. But if it's a regular day to day, we have different. Are we alone here? So this, I mean, goodness me, I sped up this footage, but it still took a long time. And we finally start to get chunks of the ice. Now, if you're doing this, you better make sure you stand back when it starts to like fall to the floor. Like this was also very loud. I don't know how this didn't wake up the 2-year-old, but it didn't, thankfully. But big chunks of ice can be really painful if they hit you on the feet. Didn't happen to me today, but it has happened before. They can be really sharp. Like they can be like pretty much as sharp as glass. So be careful with big chunks of ice. Oh my gosh, this is so full. Somebody recommended previously that I like check that the drain in the fridge wasn't blocked and that I empty that out. And I actually bought a fridge drain plunger from a TikTok shop of all places. So I have that also to test out, because I figure clearly the seal is not sealing properly. Like that is obvious, I can see that. So I need to tackle that, because it's probably the main issue here. But this could be a combination of issues. So it felt like let's do the thing that we can do, because I bought the product. It is sat in my fridge. I put it in the fridge door. It sat in the fridge for weeks, not being used. But this was definitely like high time. Once we get that much ice in the back of our fridge, it affects the actual food. So like salad items, tomatoes, cucumbers, they basically get a bit frozen and then they go sloppy and goopy and yuck. It ruins the food, some of it anyway. And it, it affects the temperature overall in the fridge in a negative way. It doesn't want to be that cold. So it is something we absolutely had to tackle. I say we, like it's just me. So for the fridge drain unblocker, I've never used one of these before, but essentially we have a long plastic tube which goes in the hole, and then a large syringe, and the gloop. It was disgusting. So yes, it was blocked. And I got quite a lot of rancid water out of the drain. So, I mean, that's a good thing, right? No one wants rancid water in the back of their fridge. So that is great. But I doubt very much that will make any real, difference until we sort out the seal. So we will do that. And now it's a case of getting everything back in. I didn't do a deep clean of the fridge. I did wipe over the shelves and one of the baskets, at least I wiped over. So it's a massive improvement, let's face it, massive improvement. Now, when it comes to the amount of items I decluttered today, I counted them all, not all, but pretty much all of them individually, because in a previous declutter of the utility room, I got rid of like a load of crayons and pens and that sort of thing. And I counted each category separately. So instead of counting 50 crayons, for example, I counted 1 for the crayons, 1 for the pens, 1 for like the paint pens, like every separate category I counted as 1. And I had quite a few comments saying that I had miscalculated and I should be counting them all individually, because there is a big difference in getting rid of 3 crayons to getting rid of 50 crayons. And actually I accept that. When you look at it that way, yes, there is a difference. But so what I've done, I have counted each individual potato. I haven't counted each individual clove of garlic. I've counted them as 1 bulb because they are like all in one. But I've counted the potatoes individually. I don't think I did for the carrots. But anyway, I just figured it will like help rebalance the previous under calculation. So that's how I've done it for this particular declutter. But let me know what you think. Should they be counted as one category, one item, if it's a category of items, or should it be each individual item? How would you do it? I am interested. So, but counting everything up today, I was really impressed. Like, you think in a fridge, it can't make that much difference, right? Because I was thinking, I did a little plan before I started this challenge in terms of areas of the house I could tackle, and I just put kitchen as one. Like kitchen, fridge, freezer is another, sorry. So fridge and freezer I put as another category. But essentially all the like kitchen items is one. And I like the amount of stuff I got out of just the pantry was impressive. Then we have the fridge as a separate category. And then I haven't even tackled the cupboards yet. So goodness knows how many items I'll get rid of from the cupboards. So I'm tired today. I'm always tired when I do these voiceovers. It's 11:10 and I promised myself that I would be in bed by 11 tonight. So I failed again. But here's everything I got rid of in this declutter. I did really well, I feel. I don't know, what do you think? I feel like it went well.